A corned beef and cabbage dinner can take hours and hours and hours to make. However, you can save a little bit of hands-on time by sous videing your corned beef prior to making your sides. And that's what I've done. So I've sous vide this corned beef already. It's fully cooked, and now I'm gonna throw together my corned beef and cabbage dinner. Welcome to the Salt and Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food, and we keep it real simple. And today I'm gonna put together a corned beef and cabbage dinner, as I already mentioned. And the difference is that my corned beef was sous vide cooked. Now, let's say you don't have a sous vide machine, or you don't have the sous vide function on your Ninja Foodi. You can still do this. You can pressure cook your corned beef or braise it in the oven a days in advance, and then use your pressure cooker to pull it all together just before serving, like I'm gonna do today. So I've got my corned beef. It was 4 pounds to start, and of course I sliced off some for the last video, so it's probably about 3.5 pounds now. And I've got my Ninja Foodi pressure cooker and a steam fryer. But you can use any pressure cooker, especially if it has a crisping lid, whether you have one that goes on separately, whether you have the Instant Pot Duo Crisp or the older models in the Ninja Foodi. Any of them will work just fine. And then what I have for the ingredients, I have 5 small to medium potatoes. I have 5 to 6 carrots that I'm leaving whole that I peeled. And then I have about 3/4 of a head of cabbage. So a small head of cabbage or a half of a large one, or like me, I split the difference and did 3/4. Doesn't really matter how much you have as long as it fits in your pot. Because I'm using the smaller 6.5 quart, I wanted to make sure all my ingredients would fit in there. So then we're gonna use the liquid from when I sous vide my corned beef. So the liquid is 2 cups. That's what I want you to use for this recipe. That will give the correct time to pressure so that all of our veggies are cooked to perfection. But if let's say you didn't have the sous vide liquid from your corned beef. If you made it some other way, just save that liquid. And if you don't have any liquid from your corned beef, and let's say maybe you're not even using corned beef, maybe you're gonna put on a pot roast on top of this after you sous vide cooked that or cooked it a different way. Use beef stock, okay? All right, we're gonna go ahead and open up the lid, put in the 2 cups of corned beef broth, and then I'm gonna add some extra spices, okay? This is just my preference. You don't have to do this. I have 1 bay leaf, about 1/2 teaspoon of the following spices: whole peppercorns, coriander seed, mustard seed, okay? That's all I put in there. That'll be perfectly fine. All right, I put the cabbage on the bottom because it takes the longest to cook, so getting it down into the liquid will be boiling during pressure cook. That will cook that a little bit quicker than if it was on the top, only being exposed to really the hot steam. So we're gonna put that in the bottom of the pot there. Then I will lay my carrots on top. I put them in whole. They will soften, I promise. And then we put the potatoes in, which I just quartered, and I didn't even peel them. These are russets, so they're in nice chunks. And that's how I do it here. And I could have actually probably poured the seasoning over top of these vegetables, but I don't think it's gonna make much difference. All right, now so let's say that your corned beef or whatever meat you're gonna put on top is cold. It's not gonna hurt it to put it in to pressure cook. Mine is not cold because I just finished doing it, but just to show you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. You can put it right on the top, or if you wanted to, you could put your rack, if you have the 8-quart Ninja Foodi, put your rack and then put your meat on top. You could use your little crisping tray. So I could set this down in here, which I might just do. Let's just do that. And then put the meat right on top like that. And then we're gonna close the lid. Make sure it closes. Okay, mine didn't close. That means I need to get rid of the rack. Nestle this down in there a little bit more. Make sure it closes. So definitely watch your ingredients when you're doing this. Now, I'm gonna follow up after pressure cooking with air crisping, but I don't want you to worry that this is so high that it's going to touch the element or anything, because as the vegetables cook, they're gonna decrease in their size. So they're gonna compress down in the pot. All right, we're gonna turn the Ninja Foodi on. And we want to take the slider. So again, different models are going to work a little bit differently. So use whatever model you have, just set the pressure to high. But for this model, we're going to slide over here. So we're going to go to high pressure, and we want to take our time down to 2 minutes. I've tested this recipe with 3-minute pressure cook time, and the vegetables were just a little bit soft after following up with air frying. So I'm gonna stick with the 2. Now, with the 1-lid model, the only time that you have to worry about your valve being sealed is when you're on pressure cook mode. Other than that, it makes no difference where it is, okay? Because there's vents in the lid that take care of whatever function you're using for the correct venting. But when you're under pressure, or you want to go under pressure, you must make sure that it is sealed. And one of the most common issues that I'm hearing about in Facebook groups is people reading these arrows, okay, vent this way, seal this way, and they're taking their seal all the way up here because that's what it looks like. It looks like the arrow's pointing all the way up. So they're setting this little valve up on this ledge. That is actually vented. So you want it to be recessed down in this little valley. And if you have this model, you can look at it. You'll see exactly what I mean. Make sure it's in that little valley. Other models are going to be a little bit different how the valve works. So follow your manual for that. But for this one, make sure it's in the valley there. And then we're going to hit start, and that's it. Now we just wait for the pot to come to pressure. It's a pretty full pot, so it's probably going to take 10, 12 minutes or so. Pressure cook for 2 minutes, and after the 2 minutes is up, I'm going to do an immediate release. Now, depending on the way that you cooked your meat, you may not want to do an immediate release. You may be worried that your corned beef will dry out. I'm not worried about that because I cooked it with a sous vide, and this is such a short period of time. I'm not worried about it, but if you were worried about it, take your time down to 1 minute or even 0 minutes, and then do a 5 to 10 minute natural release, okay? That's perfectly fine to do. And you can set the time for 0 minutes by just taking it down to 0, okay? That means that by the time the pot comes to pressure, and it would ordinarily flip over to a 2-minute pressure cook, it will just automatically go to keep warm. So it doesn't actually do any pressure cook time, but it builds that heat, that steam to the point of going under pressure, and during that time your food is cooking. So it took about 18 minutes for the pin in the back here, which on these models looks, it's the exact same color as the lid, so it's really hard to see sometimes. But it just popped up, and now we'll be going under pressure momentarily. So I was really off on my estimate of how long it would take time to pressure. One of the things that I've been looking at, and I don't have any detailed answers for you yet, is whether or not it takes longer for this pot to come to pressure than the older models of the Ninja Foodi. In recipes that I've tested and have put out for the regular older models of the Ninja Foodi, I've tested in here like spaghetti and chili, and I didn't see any difference, but that's something I'm paying attention to so that I can write for that in recipes. Because ideally, you should not need to have a special recipe for the steam and crisp. You can use any Ninja Foodi recipe and just use the functions that the recipe states. So not everything is going to be you using the steam and crisp and steam and bake. Although those functions do have their place and they do come in handy and they're pretty cool functions, you know, with this, I would stick with pressure cook and then air crisp, because I don't think the steam, the temperature of the steam, or the time that the foodie steams under steam and crisp or steam and bake is going to be enough time to soften your cabbage, cook your potatoes, and cook your carrots, because you can't program that time in. It's based on the contents of your pot and your liquid amounts. And really, I haven't even found any kind of real great way to manipulate the time. I've been trying to figure that out too, so that I can know exactly how long I'm going to steam. For example, one thing I did with Steam Crisp was like, I don't know, an 8-minute steam. But then I made bread the other day and it was a 20-minute steam. And it's just about what's in the pot and the temperature of the ingredients. So I haven't figured out a way how to like trick the pot, so to speak, to steam for the exact amount of time that I want it to. But I am working on that. All right, there we go. Now we can open up the lid, and to do that with this model, we have to move the slider over to unlock it, and then make sure that you open it from this little handle here so that you don't have your hand right around the steam. All right, now what I like to do is just make sure the potatoes and things are cooked. Oh yes. Oh yes, they are. They're soft too. So if you don't like your vegetables soft, take your time down, okay, to 1 or 0 minutes, because this took from start to finish 25 minutes. So add on, it might have taken me 5 minutes to peel and cut the vegetables. So that wasn't long. So about 30 minutes if your corned beef is previously cooked like mine was. So that really will speed things up when you go to serve corned beef and cabbage for dinner, if you like to serve it just like this. But me, I like to add a little special something to it. So what I do is I put a glaze on my corned beef. And I do not mind that it goes down into the carrots and stuff. Now, there are a couple ways you can do this. You can drain the liquid, which is normally what I do, just because I want to air crisp and I don't want steam to stay built, and I like to get some crispy edges on my vegetables. So that's my preference, but I'm not going to do that today because we're going to save a little bit of time. And I'm going to put on my glaze, which is a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, just mixed up. And then I just pour it over top of my corned beef. Don't worry that it falls off. You can do half and half if you want, so you can reserve a little bit. And then we just close this lid. We're gonna go to the air fry setting, which one thing about this model, and if you know a workaround, please let me know, is you can't just go from one function to another. So you see where it says open and it's still on keep warm. We have to cancel that out. So you can start and stop, or hit the start stop button and then go over to air fry. We're gonna take it up to the highest temperature, which is 400, and I'm gonna go up to 30 minutes. Now I may not go that whole time, but that's just a guideline. You're not gonna overcook anything if you go the whole 30 minutes. Okay, the idea now is to get some of that fat on top of the corned beef rendered, this glaze like nice and baked in, and let me tell you, it's going to be delicious. All right, let's go ahead and take a peek here. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. So I'm gonna stop now. It's not gonna hurt though if you wanted to go a little bit longer, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Oh my gosh, so good. Look at this. I'll put a potato on there, and let's get a carrot. Oh my gosh, look at that. And then dig down to get some of this cabbage. Oh, it looks so amazing. Look at that. And little crispy edges. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. All right, I'll dig this out in just a minute. Let me go ahead and slice. Actually, I'm just gonna leave this over to the side. Let me go ahead and get the rest of this out. Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. Hopefully I don't make a mess here. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. All right, now what I would do if I was gonna serve it is I would make several slices. But because I'm gonna end up reheating this. Only gonna take a slice for me right now. And I'll take the end, even though that's gonna be a little bit tougher because it, had the heat from the air crisp. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh gosh, it's so, oh my gosh. Oh, this is so exciting. Look at how beautiful it is. We've got that crispy fat now. That's going to be delicious. Perfectly cooked corned beef. And it looks gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, let's taste it because that's the most important part. I am super excited that the vegetables got a little crisping. I think that adds so much flavor and I love the texture. Now, the carrots are perfectly cooked. I can tell even before tasting them. They're soft, but not mushy, not fall apart. So that's wonderful. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be, oh, look at that. I can cut it with a fork. I was gonna say, I'm not sure because of that side being a little bit done, but I happen to like that anyway. Let's give it a try. Wow. That glaze. Amazing. The potatoes are nice and tender as well. Now, of course, you could peel them if you prefer. Dip them in a little bit of that juice. Yummy. All right. Hope it's not too hot. It was. So good. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. And I just love that you can make the corned beef ahead of time and then throw it together and have it ready in an hour. Everything is perfectly cooked. This is amazing. I hope you give it a try. Whether you want to sous vide your corned beef for 36 hours like I did, you can use the Ninja Foodi or a standalone sous vide circulator. That's perfectly fine. And then just throw it all together and it's ready in an hour. Absolutely delicious. Enjoy.